Hey everybody, soybean farmer here. Friday morning, June 22nd. I didn't look at the calendar before I walked out here, but I think it's the 22nd. Back over here on the front side of the farm this morning, I wanted to see what the rain had done here, and it's interesting. I don't know, I got to thinking about this, and this spot here, there, on out across there last year, I've mentioned it before, but it was a water hemp, pigweed, Palmer, Alma something word thicket. And I was curious, I mean, as fast as that stuff grows, I was curious to come out here this morning and see how much more of it had popped up. And I could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them out here that have popped up. We'll see if I can walk out here. Inch of rain. Yeah, this is kind of soupy. Okay, cool. Beans have still got that little bit of yellow in them that tells me they're not making their own nitrogen yet. But there's one of them right there. I don't have the other camera with me. I got the glasses on, but it's 3 or 4 inches up above the beans, and it popped up since the last time I've been out here, because I've been scouting this. These beans are at just about the height that I would not hesitate to drive over them and spray them. And I see, now that I'm looking up there, I've walked out here just a little bit, I'm starting to see some more of this stuff here. That aggravating this. Ground's got good moisture in it, and once you, and that was a double. I pulled up a bean plant. Dummy. Got to pay more attention to that. See if I can put him back in. Go back to being a bean plant. Thank you. Oops. That's the case that the camera glasses are coming in. Eye view. I like them. I think they make a good clear picture. When I first got them, several people commented they thought they were nice clear picture. Yep. Walk on up here a little ways. This is that sickle pod mess. Getting on up in size. That's what sickle pod looks like. Let's see, this could be okay. Excellent. Plant that I sprayed in my experiment learning about Liberty Link. Okay, it's still dead looking, and it got rain, and I don't see any new growth down here. Look how that root runs like that. Shake it off, leave it like that. That'll further kill it. Yep, there's another one, and no new growth on that. That's a real good sign. I like that a lot. And here's another one that's popped up like it has. Let's see, I'm here. Might as well pull it up. And we'll let it lay there and die. Yeah, this is gorgeous. It's looking great. Looking fantastic. Yeah, I'm actually seeing enough really small stuff, which is the time to spray. The pre-emergent, a fantastic product. Yeah, I've got nothing but high praise for it. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm looking right up there on the top now where the red lands at, and that fertilizer's paying for itself. Well, the trick to getting on this land for spraying, now I want it to dry out a little bit. So there's a dilemma. This over here, you don't want to get a tractor on this land with it wet like this, because the way things space out, I'm actually going to be driving right over the top of rows. And the wide tires on the Ford do a pretty good job of dispersing the weight. And you know, the day after I drive over it, you'll look at it and say, oh well, I ruined those. 4 days later, you could just barely tell where I went. Plants of this size pop right back up. Now, when I first got into this, there were still farmers planting on wide rows so they could space their equipment out and drive down in between the rows. And a couple of them said to me, you gonna drive right over top of those plants, boy? And I said, yeah. They said, well, that's wasteful. And I'd read, you know, from what people were doing elsewhere that had gotten into this before it came to North Carolina, that was the way they were doing it. I didn't try to argue it. But they did come back and realize a week or so later, after the plants had recovered and stood back up, that it worked. And it must have convinced them, because they changed the way they were planting. Of course, they got planters, and they just went on the toolbar and moved the units closer together. Actually, they jammed them in as close together as they could get them. Well, this morning's scouting expedition has said, yep, as soon as this ground dries out a bit, get out here and spray this field. Let's see. Now my neighbor is dragging, oh, that's one of his tractor trailer rigs. That's the turf farm. He's probably going to load up a bunch of turf. Now's the time to cut it after this rain. That's an interesting machine that slices that turf up and rolls it up in little rolls. Yeah, see, there's another water hemp. But when weeds are small like that, that's when they're easy to kill. But I found out with test spraying that the Liberty is going to take care of that. I just need to get out here now in the next couple of days and spray it. I'll walk across the grass meadow strip here and take a look at this. This field never did get wrapped up with the water hemp as bad as that did, which was kind of strange. I mean, it's just what is that, 20 feet there? I don't know why it didn't come over here. But this field got wrapped up with morning glory. and it was the first one to be wrapped up in morning glory, and that morning glory, I guess from here, did spread over there. Yeah, these look great. There's a water hemp plant. That's interesting. Yeah, I sprayed down through here. I must have missed this spot. It was about dark when I was coming down through here, making that video. The water hemp plant looks affected, but I got some morning glory and lamb's quarter here. Don't even look like it was touched. But this field, I'm going to go ahead and spray it. And just as I got back down here, you can see it up there. Yeah, that's pretty intense right up there. Let's see. Wonder if this camera with the zoom feature on it. That's the first camera that I was using to make videos. Nikon Coolpix. It's decent. I think the glasses make a clearer picture, but there's no zoom, and the microphone's kind of weak. Let's see if we can get that without walking out there. Alright, focus. Alright, we'll see what that comes out looking like and splice that in. Because that's looking from here, that's starting to look kind of thick right out there with the water hemp pucking up above the beans. Well, right now I head on back to the house and relax a little bit. I'm on the closing shift at the cigar shop. Yep. Yep, need to get the tank sprayer out here. Maybe the sun will dry it out some today. There's no rain to speak of in the forecast. And I could hit this Sunday morning. Today's Friday. Dry it out today, dry it out Saturday, and Sunday morning I could get out here and run over this. Once you get tank sprayer set up and get to rolling, it don't take long at all. Of course, it would be a lot faster with a bigger boom, but I just decided not to make that investment this year. We'll look at doing that next year. Everybody, thanks a bunch for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. I did see that subscriber count go to 2001 this morning. A lot of delight in that for me. To me, it's like a gift from each and every one of you, and I thank each and every one of you for that and your contribution to that. Look forward to continuing to make videos and continuing to engage in conversation with those who will leave comments. Everybody have a blessed day and a great weekend. Bye-bye.